Okay, guys, so I think I might have actually figured out some very crazy, scary things in Adopt Me. It's honestly a shock because I did not expect a kids game to have this much lore in it, like Dressed to Impress, the Lana lore, and all that stuff. But Adopt Me has been around for ages and ages, like maybe even a decade, I think, almost a decade. But I did not expect it to have this much lore. But let's go ahead and start with all the evidence I have. And it did take me a while, so I hope you guys enjoy it, and I might make a YouTube short on this very soon. So starting off, we are going to talk to Sir Wolfington. As you can see, Sir Wolfington can talk. Sir Wolfington, he also acts like a man, a fully grown adult. He talks like that, and then look at this. We had an experiment done on us by Bert, and there was a paradigm shift and our brain swapped. And so the fellow thinks he's a dog. So that's the key highlight to know. And I didn't know how to pronounce the paradigm thing. I don't know what that is. But the main point is, so they basically swapped brains with a dog, which is all the way over here. Okay? And the experiment was done by birds, okay? So now let's go ahead and talk to dog. As you can see, he only says woof woof, like only does gestures. All he says is woof as well, and he wants you to understand him. So this is another key point to know. He notices you understand him. As you can see, you guys, he notices you understand him, and you really do understand. And then I don't know if you guys saw it. I might have to replay it. But since you do understand, he looks at eggs and points. Like normally a human wouldn't understand a dog this much. Like a human wouldn't know if he'll be sad, you know? Like you don't know that. Maybe you're part dog, woof, but he's just barking maybe you're part dog. This is crazy. So are we part dog, you guys? Because we normally do not understand dogs. So this is like a thing going on between Sir Wolfington and Dog. They swapped brains, and to this day, nobody knows why. And so they're asking if you're part dog, which is pretty scary because imagine if we're part dog. But let's move on to the next area to keep going along with the lore. So I'm gonna go ahead and exit the nursery, and now we're gonna have to drive over to the pizzeria, you guys. And let me just equip my hoverboard, and next thing we're going is the pizzeria. Okay guys, so here we are at the pizzeria, and let me just go ahead and enter it. Here it is, you guys. Now, yeah, I don't know if you guys have noticed, I definitely have, but then it hit me, like until this exact moment. Do you ever notice that when you get orders at this little window area, it's not by humans, it's by pets who are driving cars? All of them are pets who are driving cars, you guys, which is kind of crazy because pets aren't supposed to drive cars. It's supposed to be humans, and it's never a human here, guys. It's always a pet. So why are pets ordering food instead of humans? I thought it was supposed to be humans, right, you guys? That's so weird. And so let's move on to the salon as well, because that's where we're gonna go next. So I'm gonna just go, it's right next here. Okay, now we are in the salon, and as you guys can see, here we have Rusty. Rusty is, I think, a gorilla or something, and he sells the paint sealer right over here, guys. This is the paint sealer, and so let's talk to him. And as you can see, he talks. Rusty is another pet that actually talks, just like Sir Wolfington, but no one ever explains what happens to him. And he's definitely not a human, he is for sure a pet, as you can see. And so this is also something that is so confusing. Like, why is Rusty talking? Sir Wolfington, he does have an explanation for why he talks, but Rusty, why is he doing that? So that is actually kind of scary, because why would a pet just be able to act like a human? So now we're gonna head over to the coffee shop where the bees are, and I'm going to continue on with this. So this is gonna be probably the last evidence, but here we go. We talk to Archer. Okay, so we're gonna wait for him to talk, and he's gonna say, we used honey in our special ingredient. It is the special ingredient, but the bees have rebelled because they were underpaid, so they smashed up the shop. Which means the bees have the rights to, fight for their freedom. And here we have Beatrice. That's not really important, but the most important thing we saw was that he mentioned that they used honey as the special ingredient, but all these bees, they started to fight for their rights, which is what humans do. Because in all the world history we've learned, bees, not just bees, animals fight for their rights, and humans don't allow that. Only humans can fight for their rights. As you can see, there have been so many world revolutions, like the French Revolution, American Revolution. That's what I've learned so far in class. But that kind of stuff, that is what humans do. And now animals, especially, like, now we have proof that bees are doing this. They're acting like humans as well. So this is a final piece of evidence that all of the animals are taking over Adopt Me. I repeat, what does this mean? All of the animals will be taking over Adopt Me. This is probably a hint that in the future, humans will no longer control pets. Pets will control us in the heart of Adopt Me. This is actually kind of scary. So all the things I have said, this means that Adopt Me is possibly in the future, I think, where all the animals have their own rights and they can do what they want to do. And this is also a funny thing, because how come we understand dog? I'm gonna give this a few seconds for you guys to think, but I have come to a conclusion that we might understand dog because we're not entirely human as well. So in Adopt Me, not only are animals taking over, they're becoming humanly, and we are becoming animals. This is going to be the next generation of Adopt Me, where the animals turn into humans and humans turn into animals. So like I said, the animals will control us and we will be controlled in the future of Adopt Me. So this is actually kind of scary. I cannot believe this is happening, and it took me such a while to figure out this. I had to talk to all the characters in Adopt Me, and this is actually crazy, because what do you mean animals are going to be controlling us? Of course, that's just my opinion and my prediction on what's going to happen next, but I think there is some more lore in this. As you remember what happened with Bert and the egg in the hidden corner of the shop, that was a really long time ago, but that's always been lore in Adopt Me that we don't know about, which is crazy. But I have something to add to this. So we remember Archer, right? The person we talked to in the coffee shop. Now let's go ahead and talk to Elsa, because there's more to this between Archer and Elsa. I don't really know how to pronounce her name, but let me continue with her talk. Okay, guys, we're waiting for her to keep talking. So all the way, if you want to buy the best ice cream, just buy it from Archer. I mean me. So basically, this is a hint that Arca has been another owner of the ice cream shop. He probably already had an ice cream shop himself. So what happened between Elsa and Arca, guys? I don't really know. This isn't part of the animal human law, but I think this is still super interesting because what do you mean happened? I don't even know what happened between them. But now Arca, he has his own coffee shop and the ice cream shop is Elsa's. So this is like very, very interesting. I love this kind of lore. I think it's really fun and really cool. But yeah, I think that is about it for this video. So let me know down below in the comments what you think of this lore. My guess is, again, that the humans are going to be controlled by animals because we are going to turn into the animals ourselves, and the animals are going to be evolving into the next generation of humans. So this might be the future of Adopt Me. Obviously, I don't think it will happen, but I think this is a hint that what's happening next cannot be good. But yeah, you guys. So I don't really know what else to say, but let me know down below what you think of this lore because I think this is actually insane. So I'll see you guys in the next video, and bye.